Today, I'm going to show you how you can run Ascension funnels for your coaching or info product business. If you are already running paid ads and you're trying to implement a new funnel, or if you're even running low ticket offers and you're not getting any results and you want to improve that, or if you are a coach that's just running organic and you're trying to transition into also adding paid traffic to your business so you can get more clients, this video is going to help you actually make money from Ascension funnels. Make sure people are going to buy your front end. Make sure you cover your ad spend with the front end, and make sure those people actually ascend to your high ticket offers if they are $4, $5, $10,000. So why you should run Ascension funnels? And this all has to do with market sophistication. Nowadays, with everyone running ads, with the big three, especially like health, wealth, and relationships getting so sophisticated, we have, when people try to run ads, they are dealing with higher CPMs, higher cost per leads, lower trust, and funnel saturation. And what I mean by funnel saturation is that people have watched dozens of webinars if you are in those very saturated niches, and they know that once they watch your free masterclass, you're going to eventually get them to book a call so they can pitch them your offer. And this translates into reality with people in webinar chats complaining, okay, we have low retention from people that, join the webinar and actually sticks to the end, and people who are not actually taking action, people who are going to watch your VSL, go through your book a call funnel, and they're not going to take action because they know that they're going to join a call with a closer, and that closer is going to push an offer to them. Now, how does the Ascension funnel actually solve this? Okay, first off, you're able to break the pattern. So everyone is running offers that are kind of trying to hide that they're trying to sell something, and with a front end, you're just telling them straight away, look, you're going to buy this, this is exactly what you're getting, and you need to pay this. This is the problem you're going to solve, this is my solution. And that creates trust because people lower their guard. They're being, look, this guy's being real, he's just trying to sell something, and I respect that. And you're going to attract people who respect that. You're going to attract people who respect people who sell stuff in the internet to solve their problems. And that's great for you to get better leads for cheaper and for you to get quality buyers. Now, with higher CPMs, higher CPLs, higher everything, okay, running ads is a risk. You're always gambling your money, okay? Running ads is about gambling your money. You just need to handle how much risk are you willing to take. With an Ascension funnel, you're able to get your ad spend the same day, okay? You're able to make your money back the same day. And that's great for you to actually have lower risk when running ads. With your product, you're able to raise trust and build more touch points with your leads, okay? So people are consuming your product, consuming your content, okay, your paid content, and that's going to raise trust with you. His familiarity, okay? You're able to get qualified buyers, people who are willing to spend at least $1 with you. And eventually, you're able to get high ticket clients while spending low ticket prices. And what I mean is you're going to get the CPA for, let's say, someone to buy your front end. So that's going to be a lower CPA. And then you just need to eventually upsell them to your high ticket instead of, I don't know, paying $500 for a booked call with a book a call funnel. Now, a few misconceptions people have about Ascension funnels is that they think that it attracts broke people, and that's not true. What attracts bad people is bad positioning, okay? And it's all about the outcome you're promising your leads for that price. So if you run a low ticket offer where you're promising people that you're going to change their lives for $7, and you're going to promise them that you're going to take them from living in their car, being drowned in debt, to running a 7-figure business in 30 days, of course, you're going to attract broke and dumb people, okay? Because the people that are going to believe in that solution for that price, in that timeline, those are going to be probably dumb and broke. Now, even if you were running a more expensive offer, let's say you're running a front-end offer for $1,000, and you promise them also that you're going to change their lives, they're going to take them out of misery, and only if they buy that $1,000 offer. You're going to also attract broke people because that's bad positioning. You can attract rich, qualified people that are going to buy your high ticket with a $7 offer if you do the positioning right. The way you position your own ticket is more important than the price point you're running for your front end. The example I always use is that the rich guy also buys an appetizer before the expensive steak. You just need to tell them, look, this is an appetizer, this is not going to satisfy you. Eventually, you will buy the expensive steak, but this is going to be, tasty. It's going to solve a quick problem right now, okay, and you're going to enjoy that. So buy the appetizer, and eventually you will end up also eating the expensive steak, okay? And this is not true because, and this misconception is also not true because having some paid front end filters even more, okay, your traffic, because instead of getting them an option to book a call for free, to opt in for free, to opt in for a webinar for free, you are giving them the option to buy something from the get-go. They have no other option other than buy something from you, and that's going to filter people that are at least willing to spend $1 to solve that solution instead of nothing. Now, if you think that's going to hurt your high ticket sales, that's also not true, because again, you need to position the low ticket as part of the journey. It's just the first step, and the high ticket is where you're going to take them through the whole journey. If you do a good front end, you're able to deliver a quick win. From that quick win, you're going to create momentum. That momentum is going to be key for people to actually spend thousands of dollars with you, okay? And giving them a quick win also is going to make them happy, and happy clients buy again, always. Now, this doesn't cheapen your brand, because even Apple sells $30 cables and $10,000 MacBooks. You just need to find people who are looking for $30 cables. If you try to sell yourself as someone that's selling $30 MacBooks, you're going to attract more people, you're going to cheapen your brand. Now, if you position the cable as a $30 cable, that's going to attract people who know that's just a cable, that's just part of the whole sea of products that you have, okay? And what cheapens a brand is actually bad fulfillment, having bad products, bad offers, and that's going to affect things like your LTV. Now, if you don't have a low ticket offer, this is the easiest one to solve. The hardest part is to actually have a good high ticket. If you have a good high ticket, we can just reverse engineer from the high ticket and build a low ticket from there. Just get stuff from your high ticket. And with AI especially, and having data, you're able to create a product that delivers value in any form. Formats are not important. What is important is for you to deliver them a quick win. And you can do this in just a few days. Now, two very important aspects of running Ascension funnels is the economics of it and the psychology behind it, okay? So the economics, first off, you are being straightforward with your offer. You're telling them, this is the solution, this is my offer, this is the price point. That helps a lot, especially with Andromeda ads. Since Meta has a very good AI looking at all those ads and finding people that are going to actually relate to that ad, the more straightforward you are in your ads, the easier it's going to be for Andromeda to find your leads, to find your buyers, and that's going to lower all of your CPM, CPLs, because you're going to be more straightforward, and you're going to create ads that Andromeda wants, that Andromeda likes to run in their platform. Also, like I said, you're able to make your money back the same day, which means you're going to be able to get feedback on lead quality the same day. So let's say you're running a webinar. In that webinar, you're getting $10 CPLs, and you're like, well, this is good, this is decent. And then you run the webinar, and those leads are worth nothing because they don't upsell, actually book a call and close on the call. Now, to get to that point, you are running like $10,000 offers, $10,000 ads for like multiple days. With this, you're able to run your ads with, let's say you're spending $1,000 per day. If you run those ads for a day and you don't get any sales, those ads are not working, you get quick feedback, you're able to, lower your ad spend, you're able to make some fixes to your offer, to your ads, and actually get back to business. And that's a safety net for when you're trying to scale aggressively. Like I said, the sales cycle or the funnels way longer, okay? Here we have like a 1-day sales cycle for you getting your money back from your ads. And having your money back quick means you can scale faster, means you can get more buyers, which means you can get more high ticket deals. Now, about what's happening inside the brain of the people that buy your low ticket. First off, you are stacking yeses. This is very important. You're making them say yes to you before they need to say yes to a bigger commitment. So they're going to say yes to a $7, $27 offer. That is going to create momentum again, and that momentum is going to make it easier for them to say yes to a bigger commitment. So let's say booking a call. So let's say paying you $5,000. You're able to give them a quick win, and happy clients buy again, just like I said, okay? There is also the 7-11-4 rule, and that's the rule that Google said that for someone to buy some expensive stuff from you, so things above $4,000, they need to spend a lot of time consuming your content, but once you get them a product, they're able to consume that product, and they're able to raise their touch points with your brand. Also, they're lowering their guards. So let's say you sell them a low ticket, and as a bonus for that low ticket, you say you're going to give them also a 5-day email course, something, just as a bonus. It's not even the main product. And in those emails, you're just going to give them little tips, things to help them with the product. That means they're going to lower their guards and actually read those emails instead of just dismissing them as pitches, okay? Things you're trying to sell them something. Also, they're going to consume a product, which means they're going to have more touch with your brand, with you, okay? You're able to get better show rates. I'm going to explain why. You're able to get easier close. I'm also going to explain why that happens. And you're able to get a more engaged audience if you run something like an Ascension webinar. Now, what is the further structure behind this? We are going to start by building the front end, okay, from your high ticket. We need to understand how to get your AOV close or higher than your CPA, okay? We need to understand the difference between AOV and LTV maxing, okay? And we need to understand how we can run a few essential systems to get those people to buy your high ticket. So about building the front end. First off, you need to start from your high ticket. This is a big mistake people make when they're trying to build the low tickets, the front end, is they try to build the front end first and then they figure out what they're going to sell to people later. You need to start from your high ticket. From your high ticket, you will trace the path they are right now. So the gap between where they are and what they need to know, what they need to have to actually accomplish the big outcome. And you're just going to give them a small step in that journey. So for example, ways for you to understand how you can do this. You need to understand the first outcomes your high ticket clients get. So let's say you're building something for ecom. They get a store ready. That's why you see so many low ticket offers selling done for you stores, where you already got the stores with the products, and then you need to worry about ads, getting clients, improving the brand, and then you're going to buy the high tickets. Also, you need to realize things that don't require your coaching, don't require you to actually be with them. So let's say you send them, the first week you send them a couple tools, a couple of things they can apply to their business. You can use that to build your low tickets because they don't need you to be there, okay, for them to actually get the result from it. A few low ticket formats. So just to let you know, that's not important. What is important is the outcome you're giving them. You can give them a PDF, you can give them a full video course. If the outcome is not well defined, if the position is not well defined, you will have bad results from this, okay? So get value from it and position it right. That's the most important part. Now, a few suggestions I have for you to work with, and you can interchange between those, is having tools and templates. So like spreadsheets, things you can help them in the journey, templates, everything in between. Paid masterclass where you're going to give them, instead of giving them something for free, like this is free DSL. You can just charge them $7 for them to actually watch the DSL. And if you do the copywriting of the page, the ads correctly, they will happily buy for that, especially if you're dealing with qualified niches that have a lot of money. They're willing to spend money just to watch a masterclass, just to watch one video, okay? Also, case studies. This works very well for B2B, where you're going to sell them a video where you're going to go over a specific case study of a company, of a client, and you're going to explain exactly what happens and how they can replicate that into their business. And if they want help, they can actually buy your high ticket. So you're charging them for them to increase their level of awareness, which is crazy. Challenges. This is great for things like fitness, sports, okay, where you're going to give them a challenge for them to do, where they're going to get a specific outcome. That's not going to be the big outcome. So let's say they're trying to lose weight, and it's just going to make them feel better about diets in a challenge where they're going to have a few meals they're going to go through, and at the end of the challenge, they're going to actually want to exercise, something related to that. And that way you're able to create momentum. They're able to spend time with your brand, with you. And sometimes they don't even need to complete the challenge for them to actually ascend. They will just complete the first day and they will get some momentum, get hyped to it. And you say to them, look, you're going to make this challenge for 21 days and you're going to get these results. If you do the same amount of days, the same amount of effort with our help, you're going to get even better results. And that's going to make them want to buy your high ticket. And then for you, this can be things like AIs, okay, where they can ask your AI for questions. You can sell them, just like I said, done for you e-com stores, done for you faceless channels. They are easy to replicate. You can just copy and paste for them to actually use, for them to actually make their own customizations. And this is basically a low ticket done for you, which is great, okay, for things like this even. Now, what is exactly the pages you're going to build? So first off, you need to build straightforward ads, okay? You don't need to worry about hiding price. You can if you want. So people, once they click, they're going to see the price anyway. But you don't need to hide your price in your ads. You can showcase the delivery, so do mock-ups in your ads. Talk about the outcome, okay? And especially statics, they still rip if you're doing Ascension finance front end, because you're able to showcase your product. You're able to be very direct and showcase the price as well. So you can even run statics that are very easy to do. Now about your first landing page, you need to have, I would recommend having a VSL with main promise, just doing a bit of introduction, showing a few case studies, and just, showing them exactly what they're getting. So let's say Jeremy Niner, he runs like the Black Book low ticket offer. And in the VSL, holding the book, okay? And he's saying, look, this is the book, this is what you're getting to get. If they do something like an ebook, that's not exactly what they're getting, but that's basically the value they're getting. Okay, they're getting a book that's going to help them make more sales. Inside the page, you want to also be very visual, do different section styles so you can engage people, compare your solution with other people's solutions. So you can, if they are just problem aware, you can raise them from solution aware. So let's say you're selling to a lead generation space and your solution is cold email. Let's say you attract people who are not sure if cold email is the right way for them to get clients. Inside your page, you can very quickly raise their level of awareness from problem aware. So let's say they're having problem to generate leads to solution aware. They have problem to generate leads and they want cold email to solve that, and they're going to buy your product to solve that. So just do a bit of that inside your page as well. And also one thing you can do is you can use testimonials from high ticket, but you're going to relate that to the low ticket promise. Of course, you're not going to lie to them. You're going to get people who went through your high ticket and they got that specific outcome from your low ticket from something that you already have in your high ticket. So let's say you were giving them as a low ticket the first template, I don't know, tools you send your high ticket clients. Then you're going to ask high ticket clients about their experience with that specific part of the journey, and you use that as testimonials. So that way you're able to get testimonials right away for your page. About your checkout page, just add all the bumps there, add a lot of testimonials, and make it fast so people to actually check your order bumps. I'm going to talk more about order bumps later. And then you're going to have to build your OTOs, one-time offers, and then your thank you page. In your thank you page, you want to make sure they are going to consume those products. You want to introduce them to what they got, hype up the product, and if you want, you can even do the CTA for them to book a call right there. Now, ultimately, the goal with a front-end offer is to make sure your AOV can get as closely as possible to your CPA, sometimes even higher. And how are you going to do that? You're going to do that with order bumps and with OTOs. So order bumps allow you to make sure people are going to increase their AOV, average order value, without increasing the front-end price. So with a lower front-end price, you're able to make it smoother for them to actually take action. So instead of selling them a front-end product that's $50, you're going to sell them $17 front-end product and two $20 order bumps. So they are just going to see the front end in the first page. They're going to say yes. That's going to stack yeses in their mind. They're going to build momentum. And once they're in the page, once they put their credit card information in, they have the option to add two very important bonuses to their purchase. And that's going to create momentum. That's going to be easier for them to say yes. And also having the order bumps allows you to lower the price on the front end, which allows more people to buy from you, which allows more people to spend money with you. And for the people that have the money to spend more, you give them the option to spend more with your order bumps, okay? Also very important, let's say you are thinking, look, I should just put the price of all my order bumps, my front end together and add the order bumps as bonuses. And that's not optimal because when you're adding something as a product instead of bonuses, you're going to increase the perceived value of that. So most people, when they buy a product and there is a bonus, is that they're not going to look straight away for that bonus. Instead, if they actually clicked to buy that thing, to pay more, to actually get that thing, as soon as they get your product, they're going straight away to get the product, watch the product, and also watch the other products they bought in your order bump. About one-time offers, there's going to be upsells and downsells. And the goal here is to leverage momentum, okay, and also build more touch points because they're going to watch, let's say, a VSL, or they're going to go through another page. That's going to increase the amount of money they are spending with you. And since they already put their credit card information, most of the time, they just need to click one button and they're going to spend $100 more. And with the momentum, with the little bit of dopamine they get from buying the first thing, you're able to leverage that dopamine so they can actually buy another thing later. Now, there are two ways for you to run your low tickets, and it's all about AOV versus LTV maxing. So AOV maxing is average order value maxing, where you're trying to increase as much as possible the amount of money someone is spending with you day one, okay, on the funnel. And LTV maxing, you're trying to increase the amount of money people are spending with your brand during their lifetime with you. So let's say your high ticket, your other offers that are in your backend, okay? So you need to choose between those, and there's better times for each. So AOV maxing, you're trying to increase the amount of money they're spending with you. The way you're going to do this, you're going to push for more order bumps. You're going to increase the price of the order bumps. You're going to add more OTOs, so either upsells and downsells, okay? And you are going to just stack those and get the highest AOV possible. So once they get out of your funnel, you've presented them a bunch of offers, they get the option to spend between $50 and, I don't know, $500, $1,000 from the day one. So that's how you do AOV maxing. Now, the problem here is that you're going to probably affect your Ascension rates if you do it wrong. The pros here is that you're able to get the money back very fast, you're able to get higher AOVs, and you're able to reinvest that money into ads very fast, and you're able to profit most of the time without having a sales process, because you're getting people to just buy stuff from a landing page, okay? So you don't have to worry about sales, sellers, everything around that, okay? You're just going to make money from your funnels, from your ads. Now, when you are LTV maxing, you need to prioritize Ascension, the amount of people that are buying your front end and they're actually buying your high ticket after that. So the way you do this, you're going to promote product consumption. You make sure people are consuming your front end so they can actually get a quick win and they can actually want your high tickets. Here, you're going to build trust with your front end so they can eventually ascend. And the focus here is to just get the high ticket money, okay? The focus here is to just get the offer that's going to give you the huge amount of money from one sale. Now, the problem here is that, a lot of the time your sales team is doing the heavy lifting, especially if they don't have a good Ascension process. And the pros is that it's easier to do if you have less data. And that's where there is the time for each. So my recommendation is to start LTV maxing because you're able to, one, validate your front end. You don't need to worry about all of these upsells, downsells, different offers, different products you're going to sell them. You're able to just focus on your front end, improve that, optimize that, so there is less variables. You're able to pressure test your sales team because you're going to get people to ascend as fast as possible. Most of the time, let's say you're running AOV maxing and you're not understanding why people are not ascending. Maybe the problem is not your sales team. The problem is that your funnel is not well built, and that's going to saturate their buying intent, and they're not going to want to buy even if you had the best closers. So you're able to make sure you have your front end in place so you can just send people to your closers, your sellers as fast as possible so they can ascend. You're also able to just test ads straight away to the front end. You're able to get a data. So once you start selling your low ticket, selling people your high ticket, when you get those people in, you're able to ask them questions, see what they want, what they would buy if they had the opportunity, and use that to build better OTOs. And once you start to get the data, once you start to optimize everything, you're able to balance your AOVs so you can get higher AOVs. So you're going to use the data you're getting so you can build better OTOs, better order bumps, and that way you're going to get more conversions, people who are going to buy your OTOs and also ascend, which is the perfect scenario. But it's very hard to do if you don't have data. Now, next, one of the most important parts is about running your Ascension systems on the backend. So what is the timeline for this? The timeline you can expect is for 3 different buyers, for 3 different people that are going to buy your front end. First is the high buy intent. People who they bought the low ticket, they trust you, they want to move forward, spend the money. Those are going to book call day one. They're going to buy your low ticket. If you send them an email for them to book a call, they're going to book a call and they're going to close once they get on a call. Those are high intent buyers. Those are great, but they are the lower percentage of people that are going to buy your front end. Now, we have the median buy intent, and this is the most common. This is going to be people that are going to buy your front end. They're going to just flip through the product, see what's up, see what they're getting. They're going to realize, look, there is so much content here. I like this. I trust this guy. They're going to consume a bit of content. Most of the time, they're not going to actually complete or get a quick win, but they're going to just book a call day 7, okay? So they are consuming the product, they're getting more information from you, you're running a few retargeting ads, you're running a few emails, yada, yada. They're going to book a call day 7 and they're going to close. So you get the high ticket, you get the low tickets day 1, day 7, they're booking a call. I don't know, day 10, they're closing, they're sending the wire. Now, you also have the low buying intent. So these are going to be people who are just want the product and they're going to buy the product. They're going to actually go through the product. By going through the product, hopefully you're able to give them a quick win. And after they get the quick win, they're going to realize there is a wall. Look, from there on, I can't do much with this product. I need more. So once they realize that they need more, that's where they're going to actually book a call and they're going to actually close. So usually they book a call from day 14 to day 30, even more sometimes. Okay? You're going to have people that are going to buy the low tickets. Maybe they don't have the money to actually buy your high ticket. And even if they don't have the money, they're going to keep consuming your product, consuming your brand content because they bought something from you, and they can ascend like day 9 even. But you're getting those clients for free, okay, because they already paid for their ad spend. Also have people that are just going to buy your low tickets and they're not going to buy your high ticket. And that's fine, okay? You're at least getting some money from them instead of nothing, okay? Those people are paying for the ads you're going to run to get people that are going to buy your high ticket, okay? So that's a win-win for everyone. Now, some basics you need to worry about Ascending. So first off, getting people to buy your product makes them actually read the news, just like I said. They're going to actually consume the content because they paid for that. And you can position your selling assets. So you can position your emails, you can position the calls, position the private webinars as content that they paid for. So for example, you position the private webinar as something for them that they got as a bonuses for buying your front end. That way they're going to actually show up for that. Or positioning your call as an onboarding call as well. There is also product propaganda, and what I mean is as they consume your product, you're going to make CTAs for your platform. You're going to expose NPF. So inside the product, you're going to tell them, look, this is the product you bought for this price, and this is going to only get you so far. If you want more, you can take action and actually join my high tickets. So you're going to expose NPFs. NPFs, natural point of failure. So this is something that your low ticket can only do for them. So once they hit those natural point of failures, is when they are going to want to actually take action and book a call, close in your next offer. Also, my favorite one is running seminars. So this is going to be webinars that are private for those low ticket buyers. You're going to give them a call where you're going to position the call as an implementation call, where you're going to go live through the product with them and you're able to give them more value of what they bought. That way you're able to get an engaged audience in the webinar, okay, not getting bums, but just there to comment in the chat. You are able to leverage herd mentality. And what I mean is, as people book a call inside the webinar, so you're going to make them call out, look, people, if you want to get results, you want to book a call. So you're going to tell them, if you want more results, you can book a call. And you can shout them out, look, I saw that Jason booked a call. I saw that this person didn't book a call yet. Why is that? You want to tell us something, this is something that you want, and you're able to build that momentum in the group, and that's very powerful to get them to book a call. And lastly, you need to have sales in place. And what is great about this funnel specifically is you're able to have a more effective sales team, because your sales team is not going to be dealing at all with bad leads, because those leads at least bought something. That means since they're not leading with bad leads, okay, you're able to create momentum for sales. And something that any sales manager can tell you is that bad leads are going to affect good calls. If a closer went through a full day of bad calls, okay, with bad leads, that's going to affect how they're going to commit and show up for a call that could close. But since they are so burned by bad calls, they might not close that lead, okay? So by filtering the people who are able to book a call, you're able to build momentum in your sales team and get even better results. Also, you're able to position the call not as just a pitch, but as an implementation onboarding call for the product. If you're doing something like where as soon as they buy the product, they get an option to book a call, you can position the call as you just received the bonus. That bonus is you're going to go through the product with someone to help you, and you're going to get a bonus if you show up for the call. That's great for them to actually show up, to pay attention to the closer, respect the closer, and get a quick win anyway. Okay, inside the call, the closer is able to deliver value because you can train them on your product very quickly, and they're able to just explain more about the product, have some guidance, and they're going to have more clarity about the product, have more clarity about the journey, get value, and that's going to build momentum as well. Also, the closers can expose the NPF, so they're going to tell you, look, we are going through this product together, but this product can only do so much for you. If you want the whole thing, you need to actually close with me. They're able to showcase the high ticket offer, so they are able to show them, look, you're getting this for the low ticket. Here's what you're going to get from the high ticket, okay? And of course, momentum is key for them to actually close the gap between where they are in the natural point of failure towards what the high ticket offer provides to them. And at the end of the day, this means you're able to scale faster, you're able to have safe ad spend, you're able to have more volume with quality data, so you're getting data from those low ticket buyers with higher volume. So let's say you're just running a book a call funnel. You're just getting data from the people who are opting and the people who are closing with you. You don't have a middle term. With this, you have a middle term for people who are just buying your low ticket, and maybe they didn't buy your high ticket, but they are giving you data anyway, and you can leverage the data. you're able to snowball your brand because you're going to get more testimonials. You can get testimonials from people that bought your low ticket. You're able to get more engagement because the people that are buying your low ticket, they're going to trust your brand and they're going to actually engage with your content. And you're able to get high ticket deals with low ticket risk. You're just risking that CPA you are spending to get a low ticket buyer, but you can eventually turn that low ticket buyer into a high ticket deal instead of, like I said, spending $600, $1,000 to get a call booked and closed, okay, per closed deal. Also, you're able to generate leads from people because you're running a funnel that's not very common compared to webinars, compared to book a call funnels. And also, you're able to actually scale with. So if you want someone to implement this for you, full step from building your low tickets, from building your funnels, running the sales team, managing them, paying them for you, okay? We can talk about doing a partnership. You can an application down below. You can go to my IG. We can talk there, or you can see my results that I got from past clients and how you can leverage those inside your business, how you can leverage an Ascension funnel for you to scale with ads.